All right. All right. Eureka. Hey, people, how you doing? What's going on? Getting any love on this thing? What's up, people? That's the first name I saw, Eureka. Just Eureka Springs. What's up? What's happening? Give it up for everybody on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope. What's going on? My name is Tim Black. If you're new to the show, I'm the host of the show. Yeah, they tried to get someone who was actually funny, but then they wanted to get somebody who was more informative, but man, it's hard to get good help nowadays, so you're stuck with me, but I'm glad don't leave yet. Don't leave. We got it going on here. It's the Tim Black Wolf Pack. We do this Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tuesdays and Fridays, we open up what's called phone lines. Yeah. Phone lines. We open up phone lines, guys, and people call in. And so tonight is news update night, okay? That's what we do on Mondays and Thursdays. News update nights. Okay, so check this out. I got some stories we're going to run through. But first, I'm going to make sure everybody can hear the show. Hey, Johnson, what's happening? Let's go first to Facebook. Facebook in the house. We got Facebook in the house. Sandra, Valerie, George, Stephen, Holly, Susan, Aaron, Nat, Mary, Linda, Jason, David, Grace Stone, Kitty. Kitty's in the house. Julie's in the house. Paula's in the house. Michael's in the house. Dolores in the house. Valerie, Laura, whole crew, Amity. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you being here. And thank you for sharing it on your profiles. Let them know, man. Let them know. They have to know what the goings on is. So let me see. Dolores, thank you, Dolores. Thank you, Gwendolyn. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you, Ruthie. Thank you, Terry. Jay and Sandra and Cynthia and Raleigh and Jeffrey and Matthew. See, I can see who's sharing it on Facebook, and I want to give it up for those people, man. You guys are like magic. Now let's go jump over to YouTube. See what's happening with my people on YouTube, man. All the Johnsons on YouTube. What's up, Johnson? What up, Wolfpack? Christine and Sally and Eli and Sign of the Times and Father Possum and Mark LaPrada and Garrett. Garrett's in the house. Mary Warren's in the house. Yes, Deborah. Brian Cosby. Shar Yar. What a day. We Carry Signs is in the house. Yeah, I got some familiar friends in the house. Blaine Ludman. All right. Andrew. Thank you, Father Possum and Kelly M. Thank you for holding in there. Thank you, Brad Bloom, for hanging in there, being moderators. All my moderators, give it up for my moderators, man. They really help out. Thank you so much, guys. So much is going on, right? My friends called it. Then they said, what a day. What a day. What a week. What a week. Look, man, I don't know if I'm ready for this, man. I mean, I'm ready for the show. I don't know if I'm ready for all this drama. I'm telling you, man, I'm thinking about unleashing the Kraken this year. I'm thinking about unleashing the Kraken. Coming through loud and clear, Tim. Thank you, Eureka. I'm thinking about unleashing the Kraken. We're going to have to figure it out. We are going to have to figure it out if unleashing the Kraken is the way to go. See, I tend to believe, for the most part, my supporters don't want me to unleash the Kraken. But it appears that falsehoods get to permeate. They get to permeate the consciousness of people who like drama. And if you don't answer to the drama, people believe what was said. Now, I was taught what you focus on gets bigger. What you focus on only gets worse or better, but it always, when you give it attention, it gets more life. But I've been getting different types of counsel from different folks who've been in the media business. They're like, Tim, it's not good for you to let rumors fester and let people say things and you not respond. So, I will very soon be addressing a number of concerns. Not going to do it tonight, but I will be addressing a number of concerns and a number of issues because, hey, I don't want my people to get the wrong impression, and it appears a lot of people have. So that'll probably be Wednesday or Tuesday, okay? But I'll let you know. This is let it be known, I haven't forgot, and I got this, man. And I'm bringing all the receipts, and that'll be it. Besides that, guys, let's get down to some real business. It ain't about me. It's about what's going on in this world, okay? And what we have now, we got Trump getting banned on Twitter. Trump getting banned on Facebook. Trump getting banned on Reddit. Trump getting banned on Instagram. Trump get banned. Ban, ban, rubber band, ban, ban. Everywhere he goes, Trump is banned. Comedian D.I. Hughley said he even got banned on Pinterest. This fool can't even save a recipe. That's how bad it is. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about no-fly lists. We're going to talk about the possibility of what all of this may create. And it's not what you think. You got to stick around for it. And what the FBI, some FBI reports that are kind of concerning, okay? But we're going to start off with the topic of the day. And this has to be the topic of the day because, well, hell, it's the Trump impeachment. Someone just said Ted Cruz may end up on the no-fly list. I'm sorry, guys. Where'd I go? Did I go to? I didn't go anywhere. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. Okay, so okay. Trump impeachment for $300, Johnson.
House Democrats will proceed with impeachment. The single article of impeachment they have introduced says, quote, Donald John Trump engaged in high crimes and misdemeanors by inciting violence against the government of the United States. He also willfully made statements that in context encouraged and foreseeably resulted in lawless action at the Capitol. We could be seeing a vote on that here in the coming days.
Bring it right to the floor, and it will be considered by the full House, and I expect that he will be impeached. He will be the first president in history to be impeached twice. We need to make it clear that there is a consequence to what happened on Wednesday. For those who say we should look the other way or we should move on, to do that basically says that what they did was okay.
Now, as for President Trump, there has been silence. He doesn't have Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, but he does have a briefing room in his house, the White House, and we could hear from him today. Democrats, meanwhile, are also pushing for accountability from members of Congress, and that could involve the 14th Amendment, which calls for the removal of any member of Congress who, quote, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof.
All right, so much. Now that goes on and on and on and on. It looks like there may be a vote as early as Wednesday. What they did was try to get a unanimous decree, and they're also trying to push Mike Pence to actually do the 25th Amendment, which is to remove Trump from office as unfit. That doesn't look like it's going to happen, Johnson. Now, look, maybe Mike Pence decided he might want to work somewhere else one day. Maybe he decided Donald Trump got a lot of votes and he don't want to piss off all those voters. He just saw what happened at the Capitol. He's like, I don't want those people showing up at my house. I don't have that big a porch. So maybe that's what's going on with Mike Pence. I really don't know, but I can tell you this. There's a lot of mixed reactions to the possible Trump impeachment because it looks like we've been down this road before. Here we go again. One thing's for certain, though, and two things for sure. Well, actually, I'm not even certain of it. But he will be leaving office, it appears. Even if they have to pry the the key to the White House out of his dead cold hand. And I mean that rhetorically, theoretically, not for real. People say that they never made it anyway, Johnson. The people, you don't have to pride for my dead cold hands. And as soon as they be like, hey, give me that, and they be like, oh, here you go. Because nobody wants to, I don't think when you die, your muscles stay contracted anyway like that. It's a dumb thing that people say. So Donald Trump, he's going to have to leave anyway, Johnson, because regardless of what you think, about the impeachment, whatever happens with that. Now, there's something about this that, I heard people saying. I want to make sure if you haven't been on these social media sites, which I don't recommend because they have been extremely toxic for a brother. Lately, anyway. Some people are saying that, they can get 2 votes on impeachment. We can't get 1 vote on Medicare for all. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, man. I do know what you're talking about. All you Johnsons out there feel the same way. I wish we could get a vote on Medicare for all. But I also wish we could have got a vote on HR 40, even though it's it's definitely not an infallible bill. It's definitely needs work, but it's been around for about 40 years. No one's voted on that. I know. Divisive, right? Here's the thing, guys. There's a lot of shit we should get done that doesn't get done. My question to the community is, how do we get it done? I mean, look, man, we all had the same problems. We have a Congress that's ineffective. It doesn't get done what we need to get done. I thought the inside-outside game would help it, but here we are. So now you can see when they want to get stuff done that they want to get done, they can get that done. They can go right and say, hey, time to vote to get rid of Trump. Twice. This will be the second time. And they had no problem whizzing that sucker right on through. But if we say, hey, how about we look at a study to just examine, just to look at, hey, what about Jim Crow? What about convict leasing? What about redlining? What about discrimination all these years? And how it's impacted black people. And then people are like, well, we can't vote on that because people are opposed to it. And I'm like, well, the study is to examine it, not to do it. We can't even get a vote to examine it. Medicare for all, same deal. I mean, we've already examined it, it's laid out. And actually the same representative that wrote the HR 40 wrote the Medicare for all bill. I think there's new iterations of it, though. And there's a different one in the House and the Senate. But the point is, they were both written, both decades, at least 20 years plus, right? I think HR 40 was 83. Medicare for all, 2003? Something like that. Don't quote me, but there is a gap. And they're both several years. And if you're a millennial, we've been looking at Medicare. People have been talking about Medicare for all since like the 1900s. Or universal health care, since like the 1900s in this country. It's not a new concept. The thing is, how do we get it done? So anyway, back to this thing with Donald Trump. They want to impeach Donald Trump. I don't much care if they impeach him. I do understand the need to make sure presidents know they can't rile up their base to the point of overthrowing the government or whatever the hell they were trying to do. Which no one has really clearly explained what they were trying to do. Hey, dog, all I'm going to tell you is if you go to somebody's house and you break in there, you broke the law. I don't know what you call that. Now, if you're outside the house and you're protesting, you're yelling at the top of your lungs, that's one thing. But once you break in the house, what do you call that? And when you got a president that was like, let's go there, let's fight, let's head on down to the Capitol, let's go. And that's horrible. I don't know. I'm just tired of these people supporting Trump. Their soft support of Trump is horrific. I mean, what's the punishment for doing that shit? You don't think there's somebody worse than Trump going to come along one day and do the same thing times 2, and we don't do something about it? I mean, I know it's hard to fathom that it could be somebody worse than Trump, But before there was Trump, you couldn't believe there would be a Trump. So all I'm saying is, like, I get why they want to impeach him. I have no problems with that. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. Call me what you want to call me. Now I'm the new David Pakman because I don't care if you impeach Donald Trump. I'm not saying I would do it myself, but I'm saying who gives a shit? This guy's horrible. By consent decrees alone, he needs to go. What's wrong with people? Anyway, so that's what they're talking about, impeaching Donald Trump. And those are the bases of the impeachment. The basis of impeachment are the fact he led, or he helped lead, he incited an insurrection. Now, people are getting kind of hung up on that title, what that means. And to that, I just say, guys, if it's not an insurrection, what the hell were they doing in there? And I'm going to show you some footage later that really caused the question, like, this wasn't exactly demonstrated. No. Not when you're running room to room looking for people. That's not a demonstration. That's called a jack. All right, so what else we got? What else we got on that? We got the impeachment. What else on the impeachment, guys? We don't know, Tim. It's your show. Mrs. Black said my hair was showing. Mrs. Black said, don't give him too much, Tim Black.
I just want to comment or take note of the fact that Donald Trump still got more than 71 million people to vote for him. So can we actually look at this election and say that, you know, Biden's victory is a repudiation of Donald Trump's racism, his ineptitude, and his disastrous policies of the last 4 years?
I don't think that it was a repudiation at all. 58% of white male citizens voted for neo-fascist gangster. 53% of white female citizens voted for neo-fascist gangster. You had 38% of Latinos voted for Trump. 28% of queers voted for Trump. 29% of Jews voted for Trump. No ground for celebration when you have that kind of support. If it were not for the black vote, fascists would have won. If black people disappeared today, fascism would reign. Not just in the Middle East, not just imperial tentacles in Latin America and other places, but right at home. And even black leadership is still tied to a neoliberal hegemony, but they voted against the neo-fascist gangster.
Yeah, Johnson. So Dr. Cornel West, and I think I'm going to start doing a segment called Cornel's Wisdom, because everything he drops is hot. But here's the thing. Cornel West put it very plainly. He said, all these people voted for Donald Trump. All these people voted for him. So we got a problem, Johnson. That problem is not going to be solved by more neoliberalism, and I don't think it'll be solved by impeaching Donald Trump either. Some people say, what can it be solved by? Education, I don't know. Maybe if we actually did something to help the people. I mean, I put out a tweet and I put it like this: unless the Democrats get their shit together and decide to actually do things for people that actually impacts their lives in a favorable way, more than just virtual signal, you can look for a possible another Trump in 2024. And it may not be the same body, it may not actually be Donald Trump, but we're talking Trump 2.0, which can only get worse. Maybe this time it'll be actually efficient. And that's what we're looking at, guys. That's where we're at. So as they stoke the fire and say we need to impeach Donald Trump, once again, I'm not against it, but I'm more for creating policy that matters and impacts our lives for the better. Because if we do that, we won't have to worry about getting rid of Trump in his last 8 days to try to send a message. We would have abetted, hopefully, and diverted the possibility or minimize the possibility of another Trump coming on the horizon just a couple of years away from now. Besides, I like a President Nina Turner if it was up to me. So we got that going on. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you up to date. I'm sure it'll be everywhere if they do succeed in impeaching Donald Trump. He ain't got to go home, but he got to get the hell out of D.C. That's sort of how that goes. All right. Got it. Okay, guys, my bad. Here we go. Let's go to this one. All right, so we didn't get a chance. We didn't get a chance to cover this last week. I meant to cover it. I talked about it, but I didn't cover it. And that is Trump getting banned off Twitter. A lot of people don't like the fact that Trump got banned on Twitter. But I opened up the show. He got banned on Twitter, banned on Facebook, banned on Reddit, banned everywhere, and people are livid. I mean, some people are livid. Hey, man, I lost about 1,000 followers, and I couldn't be happier. I came outside. I walked away from Twitter feeling about 10 pounds lighter. I'm good with it. Go, Johnson. Go. You only follow me because I give the Democrats so much heat. But no, I'm not a Trump supporter. And by the way, guys, it's hilarious how people get pissed off at me because I said providing a litmus test for AOC and the squad over kicking out Nancy Pelosi was the best way to get Medicare for all. So they deduced by very simple arithmetic that I was suddenly a Trump supporter or a Democrat supporter. That's what it was, a Democrat supporter. And then all of the Republicans or the conservatives that loved Trump who were following me, once they left Twitter, I lost 1,000 supporters, which kind of nullifies the whole argument that I'm suddenly a Democratic supporter when all of my conservatives left because they left. Anyway, so, hey, we don't need truth. Who needs truth when you got emotions and marching orders? So Trump got banned. And here goes some conversation about the Trump banniment. See Bannon.
With more Fox News contributor, Dan Bongino, and he has been very public about it. He's a small investor. You got in very early. With more Fox News contributor, Dan Bongino, and he has been very public about it. He's a small investor. You got in very early. I'm jealous. You were smart, but more importantly, I want everybody on Twitter, Dan, now anytime they tweet, I want them to hashtag and open up their Parler account as quickly as they can, and also remind people I'm moving to Twitter. I'm moving from Twitter to Parler. I'm moving to Parler.
Yeah, baby. That's funny. That's not Musa. That's hilarious. That didn't work, Sean. Look at the Republicans, man. They're up here actually soliciting people to go to Parler. I didn't even know you could do that shit, you know? Like promote an app. I guess you could do it. It's just like we never get the hookup like that. I mean, I'm waiting for all of my Democrat money to flow in since I'm such a Democrat supporter. Didn't vote for a Democrat in the last 2.5 elections, but I'm a Democrat supporter. But you know what would be nice if one of the Democrats, one of these like mainstream Democrat people would like shout out this channel or shout out TimBlackTV.com. I mean, Sean Hannity's promoting Parler. He's promoting Parler. It's like, boom, Parler. Go to Parler. Now, Parler's shut down because God don't like evil or racist. Now, if that was true, there would be no racists. Listen. So they shut down Parler, and People are living about it. We need to have a real grown-up conversation about this because we need to understand something. You got to understand something, man. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I've been thinking about it and contemplating it. I was up late staring at the ceiling, really evaluating this and trying to somehow come to some type of real understanding with it. And I realized I don't give a shit. Fuck Parler. Yeah, man. Look, guys, here's the deal, guys. Did you go on Parler and see some of the shit they were writing? Now, I know you might not be concerned about getting lynched in the morning or in the evening or on a Sunday afternoon, but some of the threats and threatening shit that they were talking about on Parler, completely unchecked, is scary business. It was like storm front light. I mean, look, guys, here's the deal, guys. I'm not going to pretend that it's okay that people want to skin me. They're not going to pretend that people throw around the N-word, that on my channel, I have an automatic catch for a couple of words, and all of them start with N. You know, so I get hate speech and threats and all types of shit on a daily basis. Now, that may be fine for you. You could say, that's free speech. I don't see it that way. And I'm not going to pretend it's cool. And yes, I know there's a conundrum that we face. If they could do this to Trump, they could do this to anybody. They're doing it to Trump just to do it to us. Well, hell, they've been doing it to us for 400 years. What's new? And what all of a sudden, guys, you realize they've been banning motherfuckers? They've been banning people on Twitter forever. They banned my friend Charlie Peets 3 years ago, called her a Russian asset. They didn't have to wait to ban Trump to do that. How many friends I've lost on Twitter and Facebook over the years? That ain't no new shit. That's not an excuse. Now, don't give me that, if they do it to Trump. Look, I don't care about Trump. I don't care if he goes. We climb those hills when we get to them. It's if we have control over what they do. It's their shit. We don't control what they do. So now you want to break up the tech companies? You want to take away the ability to ban people? I mean, what can we really do? Instead of people just accepting that we're in their playground when we're on these damn programs, and us getting pissed off at each other about it, ain't gonna change what they do on these programs. I think it really comes down to how much credit people want to give Trump for the latest uninvited intruders to the U.S. Capitol. I guess, that's a bad thing, Johnson. I mean, he's got wind-up dogs. You can just tell him to do anything. And I know he's going to find another way to do it. But if somebody was coming on my channel, and there had been people who came on my channel and done horrific shit. They said horrific things. In fact, ever since I had a little scrabble or scruffle or kerfuffle with a couple of people on the internets, there was this thing that went out. Yeah. They said, and I was informed of this a couple days ago, that some people said they were going to try to bring down my channel by calling up my show and saying anti-Semitic things. This was their plan to destroy my channel. Because they have open phone lines and I don't screen calls. And I was wondering where the anti-Semitic call came from. Now I know. These and other topics will be discussed at a later date, while I'm supposed to feel sorry for other people. What I'm saying is, very bad things happen and people do very bad things on the internet. Just like that person who called up with the intentions of getting me shut down by Google, saying the most offensive shit about a certain group of people. I blocked their ass. If I could have, I would have banned them. They're trying to destroy my show. It's on purpose and retaliation for me disagreeing with them. So my point is this, guys. Some people who own platforms may feel a need to do something when people do things that may put them in harm's way. So anyway, Hey guys, I don't care. Like I said, it ain't about Donald Trump. It's about what these fuckers are going to do with their power. And the problem is they had that power to begin with. That's the problem. Don't even mix Trump into it. The problem is they have the power to ban whoever they want. They should have clear-cut guidelines for who they ban and don't ban. People need to know the rules. And you shouldn't be able to just willy-nilly block people from a platform. Hell, I got people that complain about me blocking them from my own page on a platform. They never told you that they had access to me on Instagram and Facebook. That didn't matter, because for some reason they were entitled to talk to me on my own profile. I didn't have a right to block them. They had my email address, my phone number, my Instagram, and my Facebook. And still they made a 13-minute video complaining I blocked them on Twitter. And some of you brought into it. So don't start with me about censorship and what all of it means. People get overreactive and hypersensitive about the most basic of concepts. Donald Trump is separate from this issue. If we want to deal with the tech companies about the power that they yield or they wield, let's do that. But don't throw in Donald Trump unless you're prepared to lose a lot of us blacks in the mix, because we don't defend Trump. Maybe if he called your countries, the country you came from, a shithole, and that's by extension you. I mean, if you came from that country. Maybe you feel a little bit differently. Maybe all of a sudden, all of these assholes up in the Capitol exercising their First Amendment rights, all of a sudden they respect First Amendment rights. I saw them beating cops in the head with flags. When Colin Kaepernick took a knee during the flag, they called him an unpatriotic jackass. It's a bunch of hypocrisy, and you know it. That's if you're paying attention. So look, hey, once again, last thing I'll say on it. The Trump ban, I wonder what took them so long. I know they've been wanting to ban Trump forever. How long does a president get to say whatever the fuck they want? I mean, I believe that Trump could create suicide bombers if he wanted to. These people really have no chill, Johnson. And not talking about everybody, but some of these people are deranged. They would walk off a cliff. They would. These people blindly believe Trump. Now, I know that the media is not much more trustworthy than Trump, generally speaking. When I say media, I mean corporate media. And I don't trust the tech companies either. I don't trust any of them. I don't trust any of them. But seriously, though, we should be looking at the issues with the tech companies separate from the issue with Trump. Especially now while it's boiling hot. I mean, I picked up a pan without a pot holder before, burnt the shit out of my hand, and threw the pan out the window. Now, if I had burnt my hand with the pan, I wouldn't have thrown the pan out the window. So the moral of the story is don't make decisions when you're in pain or when you're pissed off. Because if you do, you may have to get a repairman in for your window. And windows are expensive. Just like freedom of speech. And if it sounds like I'm all over the place, it's because this argument can't help but have you all over the place. I use the internet every day. I don't want to get banned from the internet. What, you think I support censorship? So it's a nuanced issue. We can have nuance. We can think two things at one time. It doesn't really matter what we think because big tech companies, just like our government, doesn't give a fuck what we think. You trying to destroy me because I disagree with your opinion is pointless. And also deducing that if you disagree with my opinion, that I'm not as progressive as you. Or I've all of a sudden become Charles Blow. Damn. Friends like you, who needs enemies? That was quick. At least if you're going to be a turncoat, at least wait for me to turn around before you turn coat. Fuck. You guys pull out knives quicker than All Knives Out. The movie. You pull out knives quicker than a Benihana chef. You guys pull out knives quicker than Freddy Krueger. You guys pull out knives quicker than Baraka on Mortal Kombat. Y'all be talking about All right, that was fun. Seriously, guys, if I had all the answers for you, I'd give it to you, but I really don't. Trump, big tech, having power. Separate both. All right. Let's see. Oh, this one's fun. The no-fly list. Okay, before we do this, I gotta give you a lead on this, man. This is crazy. Okay, this is crazy. So the no-fly list. Okay, so some people who were involved in the shenanigans at the U.S. Capitol who decided to storm the Capitol, not everybody, Johnson, not people that were outside, just the people who entered the building that was locked. And some of those people who were let in by security. I mean, guys, this is not, what are you gonna do, man? You know, people that are confused by this story, I understand. We got some U.S. Capitol Police who let people in. Those people should definitely not be on the no-fly list because they were let in. If you're breaking and entering, you should have to break to enter. That's sort of why they should call it breaking and entering. But if you know they don't want you in and you go in anyway, because some dumbass let you in when you're not supposed to get in and you know that, I guess that's still technically considered breaking and entering. I'll let the lawyers decide, man. So anyway, the no-fly list consists of those who were trespassing and intruding on the U.S. Capitol. And that's the thing. So those people have been put on the no-fly list by the FBI. Yeah, you can't leave, Johnson. You can't leave. That's it. Now, this guy on TikTok was breaking down how these people were captured, or how they were caught up with. And I think that's pretty interesting. Here goes a guy from TikTok running it down, and he sounds credible, and he's the best clip I have on explaining how people were caught.
It's terribly fun to see the videos of Trump supporters who ended up on the no-fly list. But how did the FBI get them onto the no-fly list so quickly? Well, it comes down to Parler. You see, Parler allows people to become verified citizens by posting pictures of their driver's licenses on the app. Now, this is all supposed to be held securely, but when multiple services pulled support from Parler, that included their security. As a result, hackers were able to access tens of thousands of verified accounts and match them to people who said they were in D.C. And so, they turned it all over to the FBI.
So, in essence, what it's saying is, Sean Hannity, he got everybody caught up, Johnson. Yeah, Sean Hannity got them all caught up. Sean Hannity of Fox News directed all of the Trump supporters to go to the one place that would enable or assist in their eventual capture. He did this to them. They went to Parler. They put their driver's license. They were talking on Parler about where they'd be. Now we got place and time. They used the GPS signals on the satellites to know where they were, know they were there, and it's a wrap, Johnson. Look, I don't know what kind of charge you get for this, but it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Yeah, gotta get some other, get some diversity in our criminal justice system somehow. Now, guys, check this out. Now, there have been a couple videos circulating with no-fly lists, and that's cool shit because I like a laugh. Don't you like to laugh? I like to laugh. And I don't feel sorry for these people, unlike some. I don't. No, I feel sorry for people who got caught with a little bit of weed back in 1996 who are still in jail. Well, I'm a little sorry about the guys. I'm sorry about the activists. I am literally sorry about the activists in Ferguson who's doing 7 or 8 years for throwing bottles or something. Yeah, who didn't actually break into the U.S. Capitol and go looking for Nancy Pelosi with zip ties. But, folks, whatever you think, cool. Got it. This video made my day, and then I realized, well, let me show it first to make you as happy, at least in the beginning.
This guy is trying to provoke me. He's a law enforcement officer, and he's trying to provoke me. Talking about me foaming at the mouth. Is that going to de-escalate things, genius? Do you have training, genius? There's no alcohol. You want to test me? Come arrest me or give me a fight. They're arresting me. They're really de-escalating. Hey, don't cut. Right? Stop hurt me. I'm not. Stop. Do not hurt me. Do not hurt me. You understand? Do not be rough with me. Look at them. Look at them. They're going to beat me up. Don't beat me up, you motherfucker. Don't beat me up. Look at them. Oh my God. I can't believe they're doing this. Oh my God. Hey. Look what they're doing. Oh, get to the other side. I'm not listening. You're being rough with me. You treat me like a black person. You're gonna get sprayed. Release your hands. Put it behind your back. You understand me?
That's my favorite. Oh, man, that was my favorite. Give it up for Will Ferrell, ladies and gentlemen. Will Ferrell. Okay, so unfortunately, the people that were sharing this were wrong. That video is from 2018, I know because I covered it. But I do appreciate the laugh. What I don't appreciate is the fact that they tried to make this about the white guy on the ground being racist when actually he was trying to make a point that this is how they treat black people all the time. But, who cares about reality? It's Twitter. Doesn't have to be accurate. It's got a lot of views and retweets. Yeah. Praise God. Motherfucker. All right, now I do have one video of a no-fly list person that was really about to have a literal baby in the airport. I didn't know men could have babies. That was a thing. I thought this was not a thing yet. I don't know.
I love every single one of you, but this is what they do to us. This is what they kick me off the plane. They call me a fucking terrorist, and they want to fucking ruin my life.
Sir, please calm down. I was kicked off the Delta earlier. Please just calm down, okay? Okay? Save America. We have to
All right, now here's the thing with this, guys. Here's the thing about this guy. You're a punk ass. Yeah, you are a punk ass. Look, man, if you're going to go do some shit you shouldn't do, like break into the U.S. Capitol, I don't care how many of your friends are doing it. Dude, you got caught. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Isn't that what you always say, you law and order assholes? Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Do the crime. It's like a song. It's a mantra on the right. Till they ass got to do the time. Punk ass. Up there whining. He whining so bad the lady had to come up to him and calm him down like a little child. Listen, little man. Your mommy, she did you at airport alone? It's okay, little fella. They made me no fly too, but I didn't cry like you, like a complete bitch. It's okay. I'll get you a nice sip of orange juice and a lollipop. Yeah. Come on. It's going to be okay, little Donnie. Donnie, tiny. So anyway, I thought that was funny. All right, so look, let me be serious, man. Let's just get into this. Let's dig into that ass a little bit, okay? First of all, I'm tired of people being sorry for the damn Trump supporters that went to the freaking U.S. Capitol and acted like an asshole. Screw those guys. You know, I really question, this is why I say I don't know what I am. I'm non-denominational. Because people that consider themselves progressives are feeling sorry for Trump supporters who went to the fucking Capitol and broke in. Everybody wasn't open to doors. Doors aren't open for everyone. And even if you walk to a place and the door is open, and you know the door is open, if you have no authority to be there, you have no authority to be there. And what about all the stuff they took? And stop telling me they did it because they was mad about their stimulus check. They didn't get their stimulus check, so they pissed off. Everybody be okay. The Trumpers wouldn't do that if we had gave them money. Those people were there. They just came from a Trump rally, pissed off about still the vote. They were talking about stringing up Mike Pence, putting his head on a spike or some shit. They went to Nancy Pelosi's desk and sat in their chair and farted in it. And you want to sit there and tell me, oh, if they had money, they wouldn't do that? How do you think they got there? With money. Fuckers didn't walk. One lady didn't walk from Tennessee. That's a long-ass drive if even a walk. No, they flew because they already had money, Johnson. And if they want to take a little bit of their stimulus money, the $600 chump change allowance, and spend it to go to D.C. and get arrested, hey, it's a free country. But stop complaining to me or stop whining about people that wouldn't whine for me. They wouldn't piss on me to put me out if I was on fire. Bottom line is, man, these people did the wrong thing. Now, I'm not saying they should go to jail for 100 years or nothing. They should go in a gas chamber, okay? Or they should go into an unjust criminal justice system. Last hired, first fired. They're judged by racists and they get convicted at alarming rates. Basically, I'm not saying they should get treated like black people. What I'm saying is they should get treated to something, though. Repercussions for their actions. So stop complaining and stop sugarcoating it for these guys. And why do you think that somehow that's going to make Kumbaya moment? As Cory Bush said, man, I don't much want to unite with assholes and racists. And for those people that are probably right now going, now let them not like that. Yeah, nothing's absolute. Probably there was some very fine people who broke into the Capitol. You know, while you're sitting there talking about how great these people were, how these people deserve our compassion, because you have such an elevated moral compass. We got black U.S. Capitol Police saying they've never been called the N-word so many times in their damn lives. Yeah, these so-called patriots that are law and order, they're there with Trump, were macing black U.S. Capitol Police and calling everything except the son of God or child of God. Black officers, now this is by Emmanuel Felton, who did an article for BuzzFeed, a great article where he interviews a number of black U.S. Capitol Police. And they tell you their stories of the harrowing events that occurred and how they were treated and how their interactions with the Trump supporters who invaded the Capitol. Black officers described the racist attacks they faced as they protected the Capitol. Two black police officers told BuzzFeed News that their chief and other upper management left them totally unprepared and were nowhere to be found on that day. some people that were saying that, hey, these guys obviously weren't trying to hurt the black cop. But here's the problem. The black police officer is trying to stop them because that's his job. He's trying to prevent them from getting to the people that they may want to hurt. You know, senators. So, like, look, guys, if you get nothing else out of this, Eugene Gordon is the name of the police officer that did his job that day to try to stop this. And look, I'm not saying that people came in there to necessarily dismember Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer or even Mike Pence. I don't even know if that's the case, okay? I really don't know that. No, I don't know. But here's the thing. As angry as some of these protesters, no, not protesters, let me take that back. As angry as some of these invaders or I don't even know what you call them, rebels, terrorists, domestic terrorists. I've heard all types of insurrectionists. I heard all types of labels being applied to them. But I don't think protesters are a fair name for it. I know if you're in my house, if I'm in my house and you come in my house and you don't have permission, you're a home invader. So I'm going to call you an invader. Look, I don't know if they came to do bodily harm, but I know that some of them were so upset. If they did manage to reach one of these Congress people that they had on their list, what would they have done? What, you think they just would have talked to him? You don't think somebody would have threw something? You don't think that would have escalated? I see them almost escalate in public places like airports. The people are riled up. They believe that democracy's been stolen, that their president has been ousted illegally, undemocratically, and they believe these people are responsible, and you think when they reach them, they're just going to sit down and chat. Now, I know some of you aren't, like, from the streets. You know, I get it. Unless it's Boardwalk or Monopoly on the Monopoly board street. I get that, but come on, guys. Who goes through all this trouble, does all this effort going from room to room trying to find people, and then when you find them, decide to do nothing? And even if everyone wasn't with that intention, maybe some would have been or could have been. And who knows what would have happened. So I don't think people are looking at this very realistically about how really out of hand this could have gotten. They keep saying Antifa this and Antifa that. Well, that's a lot of Antifa. Everybody ain't Antifa, y'all. So please, miss me with that shit. So, what else? I think I have one more thing on this. No, I think that's it. No more cry, man crying after no fly, blah, blah, blah. All right, well, I will do this. Let's do this. Let's remind everyone. Let's remind the world that we have a call-in show tomorrow where people get to call up and they get to talk about it. And then that's what it is. At the end of the day, everybody has, well, not everybody. Some people agree. Some people agree with me, but there are people with different points of view. Hey, look, I know one thing. I know that the Pentagon is the reason why there was a low number of police officers available for this event. That I know. That we know. But that does not negate what they did. Look, a friend of mine a long time ago, when I was a much younger man, told me no one can set you up unless you give them the keys. So even if you believe this was a setup, or no one can drive you unless you give them the keys, man. Or unless you get in the car. These people weren't kidnapped. No one kidnapped and put them inside of the U.S. Capitol. They walked in there on their own volition. And then all of a sudden, they absolved them of all responsibility because you believe that this was a setup where they were forced or fooled into going in there. Well, that's bullshit. These people went in there on their own. And what they did it on their own while they were in there. Now, if they was Antifa or if they were Trump supporters or whatever you believe, hopefully that comes out during the prosecution. But you don't get to go into private spaces. I've seen people get their head blown off for a lot less. I saw John Crawford get shot in a Walmart for holding a gun that was sold in the Walmart that he was in. Shot him in 4 seconds, Johnson. So these people got off light, in my opinion. In my opinion, they got off light. I'm just tired of hearing people make excuses for it. There is no excuse. They should not have done it. And just because somebody said, hey, come on in, doesn't mean you should do it. And just because Trump said, hey, let's go down there. Notice, Trump wasn't with them. Trump was watching it on TV, eating popcorn and McDonald's French fries and drinking a shake with extra shake. Laughing his orange ass off. Now what is going to bail all these people out? You know, we're talking about bailing everybody out if they do what he said. We need to go bail all these people out and pay their legal fees. Isn't that what leaders do? Hell, at least O.J. Simpson got something right. O.J. Simpson was on Instagram today talking about this. And he said, hey, if you're leading a movement and you lead your people and they're doing something, you should be the first one in line doing it. Martin Luther King didn't lead marches and then go sit in the house. He was in front. They got these Republicans or whatever, they're Trumpers or whatever, Donald Jr., Donald Trump, and the rest of them, egging people on, and then they go sit in their private bunker and watch the shit go down. And no one calls them on it? Hey. Anyway, it is what it is. What else we got? Oh, it's all lots of fun too. The FBI, according to the FBI, there's concerns that this isn't the last of it. No, Johnson, maybe just getting good to them. It appears that they're expecting more of these to take place in state capitals across the country. Yeah, that's right. Even your state may be the place for the next insurrection. Who knows? And that's the problem, guys. That's the fucking problem. Look, man, we need a government that works for us. We do. But we also need to get rid of these racist bastards and these unhinged lunatics. We had bad enough in 2020. 2021 is coming to we entered another chapter of the broken country. The fall of an empire. Look, I'm tending to believe that there's some fights that are just too big for me to be concerned with. I mean, hey, look, man, if they want to fight their president, they want to do this, they want to fight for their president against the U.S. government, have at it, Hoss. What I wish they would do is fight to get voting rights, get rid of money out of politics, overturn Citizens United, fight for health care, end the damn mass incarceration, fight the build up of arms, these damn defense bills, these bloated defense budgets. That's what we want them to fight for, but for some reason we can't penetrate the thick skulls and we can't get freaking to get the reach of mainstream media so we can even tell them, hey, dog, maybe your problem ain't the white man or the black man or the white man or the yellow or the whatever man or any other man. Maybe the problem is the country's laws and the system that's fucked up. And maybe that's what we should be focused on. Maybe that's it. A novel idea. But we don't have the opportunity to talk to them and tell them. But I'm not going to, and I'll tell them that any day, but I'm not going to defend bad actions. I don't need the hits. I don't need the follows. I don't need none of that shit. I don't need it. I'm not going to pretend I'm cool with Trump being an outwardly racist asshole or inciting these people to do dumb shit. I'm not going to pretend that's cool. It's not cool. And it's not. I don't have to overlook it or be bigger than it. It is what it is. Trump has been using race this entire time, and I'm not gonna apologize for his ass getting banned. I'm not gonna apologize for people that broke in the Capitol for getting in trouble. Hey, man, that ain't how I was raised. You do the wrong thing, you gotta pay the price. So, anyway, all that blubbering after the fact, that's some whack shit. Somehow I don't believe that the punishment is gonna be all that excessive. I just don't, for whatever reason. I don't know why I think that. Because it's America. And they got the complexion for the protection from the collection, as Paul Mooney would say. I just don't believe it's gonna be that detrimental to their lives. And if it is, they shouldn't have done it. Gosh. I guess that makes me a liberal because I believe they shouldn't have broken into the damn Capitol. Yes, they should, Tim. It's their way to express themselves. Why am I making YouTube videos? Make YouTube videos, man. Anyway, it's not as fun. It's not around a lot of people. Doesn't have the same energy. What else we got? I think that's it, guys. Now remember, tomorrow the phone lines are open. And get pissed off and say whatever and do your thing, Johnson. That's what the show is for. And to that person on Twitter whose name will not be named, because I don't want to give him any shine, who said, I like living in a bubble, that's why I block people. That's not why I block people, dog. I block people because I got a lot of shit on my mind. And I don't like looking at my timeline and saying people give me all types of grief about bullshit. And I'm like, why follow me, dog? If you want to call up and you got something you want to talk about, I got an open phone line twice a week. Use the phone like everybody else. I should not have to listen to you on my doorstep. I know, I was a Jehovah's Witness. People used to close the door all the time. I didn't get to go file a grievance. You must listen to me. No. I just got off their portion, got the hell out of there before they sent the dog on me. But for some reason, you assholes think you had a right to demand that I do such and such. Well, I'm not kissing your ass. I'm not kissing your ring or your feet. I'm just going to go to the next house. All right, guys. I'm Tim Black, Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter. And tomorrow we'll be back at it to do it again. I'm Tim Black at Night on Instagram. Now I'm going to go to the comments section and read some of these super chats, people that support the show. And if you think the show is valuable, if you value it and you want to keep it on or keep it going, please go to patreon.com, become a member. Starting at only $5 a month. You too can be a part of the Tim Black official Wolf Pack. We got a growing community, man. Also want to give a shout out to Laura, Mama Alaska. Mama Alaska, if you're watching this, you cannot get upset. We want you stress-free and chillaxing. So no, don't get riled up. And we love you, and we hope that you are taking care of yourself because we need to hear your voice more and more later. And let's calm down. And we'll see you soon. We'll hear from you soon. Okay, sister? Take care. You're in our thoughts. All right, guys, let me go to the comment section now. Trump impeachment, no-fly list. The next Trump. I hope they don't create no more Trumps, man. Democrats got to get together, man. People think I support the Democrats. As much as I call these people, I don't know. What can you do, Johnson? I've accepted. Someone said, Tim, the bigger you get, the more enemies you will create. The end. All right, guys. I'm on YouTube, guys. What we got on YouTube? Anybody got anything to say on YouTube? The Democrat Party panders to people in marginalized communities. Yes, socialism is what helps marginalized communities. It would help a lot more than pandering. Ain't that pandering bullshit? You mean to come around on vote time to go to the black church? That type of pandering? Yeah, I can't stand it, Tony. Cannot stand it. What's up, Art? Thanks for supporting this show, Art. Dancing Circle, thank you for your comments. Thank you for your comments. and for supporting the show. Dancing Circle. Art again. Art, what's up, man? Give it up for Art. Dancing Circle. Give it up for Dancing Circle again. If even the left were to try, they'd be 100%, 1,000% more effective. I think so. I know so. I used to think the left could talk to one another. I don't know what's happening lately. I just think it's a culmination of frustration, anger, and just like disillusionment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. Maybe we need to all be. We all need a coupon for therapy class or something. You know, because I know I've been through a lot the last year. I don't know about you guys. I'm sure you have. I'm not the only one that's had personal drama or trauma in my life over the last year. Everyone's been uprooted to at least some extent. Everybody's been pinned to the wall financially. Yo, here's my latest gripe. I had a phone that was damaged, but we had insurance. I got a replacement. They sent me the replacement. I send them the damaged phone. The damaged phone, because of COVID, goes to a facility in UPS, U.S. Postal Service, where it's the facility where it was packaged or sorted, shut down, Johnson. They shut down the facility. It's been shut down because of COVID. AT&T, the phone company, is charging me for that phone because they haven't received it yet. I used their mailing label, their mailing packaging to send it back. Proof that it left my home. Proof that it's stuck in the facility of the USPS. And they still don't believe me. They said, no, you gotta pay us $600 for the phone. And if we get it, we'll refund it back to you. I'm getting penalized for COVID-19. Yeah, it's my fault now. It's my fault the mail didn't work. It's my fault I used this shitty box to send it with this shitty label. It's my fault the mail center, the sort center shut down because people are catching COVID there. It's my fault. Now I gotta pay almost $1,000 for a broken fucking phone. Oh, I have no phone service. That's why I didn't call you back, Sabrina Jacobs. But I still do a show with you Wednesday. That's my gripe for today. Isn't it great? So this is just, and I know it's not a major thing. It's not major, but it is major. $600 is an entire stimulus check. I have to pay that for a phone that's broke that I sent back that the mail service hasn't been able to locate because of COVID. And somebody named Banana Peel 732 wants to know why I blocked him after he called me a motherfucker about 5 times in my own timeline. Hey, man, I can't make this stuff up. Dancing Circle, if I even, yeah, okay. And Bad Dude Corn Pop. Bad Dude Corn Pop. All right, welcome to the Wolfpack, Bad Dude Corn Pop. Corn Pop's a bad dude. I love it, man. David Melford, thank you, Tim. Thanks for your gospel. Needed it. Hell, I need it, man. And you saw, David, that I did shout out Norman and Jeff, right? Told you. But hey, what's another shout out? Proud to do it. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. I got nothing but love for you. Remember, don't let anybody take your cornbread. Tell those bastards get their own cornbread. If there's a stove over there, go cook it. We got to fight for ours. That's what we got to do. We got to fight for ours because they'll take everything from us, man. Also, don't argue with anybody over the next couple of days. Just sprinkle some facts on them and get out of there. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Jesus Christ. These people crazy, Johnson.
With over 2 Cool Streams TV, the best streaming service in the world. With over 2,000 channels. Watch it anywhere on your Android or iPhone. Watch it on your tablet or any Fire device. Premium channels, network channels, pay-per-view sports. Direct access to 24/7 customer service. Go to CoolStreamsTV.com and purchase your subscription. Cool Streams TV. We are the best in the business.
Let me ask you something. Do they know us? When I say they, I mean the talking heads on cable news. Do they know you? I mean, they talk about the world as if it's a sport. They play political games, report on our pain, rack our brain to feed the stock exchange, but do they know us? Do they know what we care about? Nope. They're too far away. They can't see us. They can't feel us. They can't relate to us. See, when you want to know what's going on in your world, trust someone who lives in your world. Subscribe. Good night, Schultze. Sign of the times, thank you for your help. Stay well, Wolfpack, stay well. Stay well.